It's happening
for role-playing
right
purposes.
now.
So do we kill him and make it look like a bear or a wolf killed him? Yes. We're going to take his clothes.
Well, yeah, we strip him first so that we don't get blood all over him.
Okay.
Well, I don't have any leftover wild shapes.
I can
A
make it look like an animal ripped him apart. You realize?
Oh yeah,
Guys,
Andar starts taking his clothes off.
Freddy's holding out his hands. Guys. So a bear and a wolf maul him in the middle of the woods and then take all of his clothes?
Yeah, he thinks about that. He looks, you're right.
It's one or the other. We either take the clothes and
Oh, I see what you're saying.
make an attack, or we make it look like an accident. No.
But do we have to? Do they have to know that it's us?
Again,
Because the point was to be stealthy.
Remember, the caravan also all works together. So.
So, first off,
Oh, I
let's
do
roll
hear it,
for
yeah.
historian. Get that out of the way real quick.
Got it.
Tables. Alright, so Ireva was left.
Yes.
Thank you for getting that in for me. I'll have that uploaded probably later today.
Yeah,
All
was
right.
it okay since, like, we had 2 weeks, it was still okay that I just did it today, right?
Yeah, as long as you get it to me before the session.
Okay. Because I just like doing it before, but if you don't like it, like, day of, I can change my life.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing that I need to prep sessions for, so
Okay.
as long as you get it to me beforehand. I just trying to do as much as I want to do is difficult because I want to do a lot of stuff and I overload myself, so that's just something that I kind of had to pass off to players. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. And we have Hawkeye. Awesome.
Oh, darn.
Right.
Did you take Andar off the list? Because he hasn't done it in so long, and he was doing it like every week.
I have not. I'll put it on stream. There it is right there. Hawkeye, Nox,
just
Andar, and Freddy. I took you off the list because you did the last one.
Law of averages.
He's been
Let
praying
me
to
go get a
Torm.
book.
Andar's been praying to Torm.
Maybe the shield actually has control of it, and she's like, I won't make him do it.
Oh.
There it is.
No, I just don't have a pen.
I missed that last week.
I'm grabbing a pen.
All right. Yeah. Take good notes. Jot down names, little tidbits here, and then I look forward to reading your synopsis the next time.
Remember, you can watch the stream.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is very true. So without any further delay, let's get some introductions. We follow the heroes that have taken assignment to follow the cultists on their travel northward with the goal of discovering exactly where they're headed. These heroes are...
Alright, I got a pen.
I'm Starcrow and I play for Bloomington, a half-elf bard warlock of the College of Lore. He's the happy-go-lucky jack-of-all-trades sort who is out for redemption and to gain fame and glory so that one day he may eventually return to his homeland.
Hi, I'm Otto. I play Hawkeye, who is a wild shift druid from the Circle of the Stars. She loves animals. She just picked up a new fox named Renard. And I mean, although she doesn't have really much any friends, she kind of considers some of these people friends, but don't tell them because she will not like that.
And I'm John, playing Nox Gravelskin, half-orc raised by dwarves as a Path of the Beast barbarian.
Hello, everyone. I am Old Jarhead. My character is Andar Stillhawk, a human paladin of Torm. He has taken the oath of the crown. Andar is from Tether. and was previously a squire to his maternal grandsire, Sir Onred Thon, who was a member of the Loyal Order of Innocence, which is a Tetherian order of knights sanctioned by the crown.
All right.
My
yeah,
name
we got
is-
one more. Sorry.
Don't forget me.
It's one. Thank you very much.
I don't even matter today. It's fine. My name is Nick Holdenbird. I play Ireva Galenadel, a Wood Elf Ranger of the Horizon Walker subclass. She comes from the Forest of Lether, and she left her homeland when her people heard of the this cult wanting to raise the Dragon Queen, and they cannot let this come to pass. So she left on the mission of stopping this and looks forward to working with her current companions to put a halt to it and returning to her homeland.
Very nice. I feel like there's a limerick in there. The Forest of Lether. Lefter. Some type of rhyme we can make out of there. Anyway. So, last time on the Tyranny of Dragons. We began this session with our hero standing over a group of nobles, question mark. Probably not nobles. I guess they were terrorizing the inn. The innkeeper let them all know that, like, basically exclaiming like, "Thank you for taking care of them." They were turning away all the customers and everything. Much of the caravan had come in just in time to see the group basically killing a bunch of random dudes. Cultists definitely took note of this. They were seen in the background giving suspicious eyes. Those who had good eyesight and good awareness saw the cultist staring at Noct in his bestial form. And that didn't last very long. They basically just dragged the bodies out and boarded up in the hostel for the night, getting some food and such in the morning. But as they were about to eat their oatmeal and meal the next morning for breakfast, Jamna, the gnome, sidled by, stuck a knife inside of Freddy's bowl, then took out a little lump. Pretty unassuming, but she claimed that it was a piece of bone that once you swallowed it, it would expand and basically poke you from the inside, killing you. She said that it was the cultists that were doing this. So now the party had a lot to think about and contemplate. Were the cultists trying to kill them off? Do they know who they are? What exactly is going on? Is this gnome trustworthy or not? Was it her? Freddy kind of reasoned through, did the Rain Man in his head, figuring that it was actually pretty likely that the gnome put it in the stew, in the oatmeal herself, and perhaps this was not a true assassination attempt, but rather a setup of sorts. She left asking them to see her later in the day, once the caravan had broken camp. And so the party kind of talked this over amongst themselves and decided to see what that was all about. In their travels, it took them to a field covered in fungus with no path forward. And though much of the wagon, what do you call them? Teamsters. Much of the teamsters and the merchants thought the fungus was poisonous, Hawkeye was like, no, this is just some normal fungus. Not gonna hurt you. It just makes you feel really sad and depressed if you inhale the fumes. The spores. So Freddy and her got to work clearing out a path. Freddy in the front using Thunder Wave to blast them out, and Freddy from a range using his Eldritch Blast. So it took them a while, but they eventually made their way forward through the fungus, and the caravan had set up for the night where, after everybody else was in their bedrolls and sleeping, Jamna walked over to the southern part of the caravan and began a dialogue with the party. Ondar and Noct had seen her walking by, and they knew that was the cue to come down. And it seems like she doesn't exactly have a whole lot of information to share, whether she is just choosing not to share it or she actually doesn't. You guys are still kind of unsure. And oh no, the cops are coming.
If we hear you get arrested, I'm just gonna. I don't know who I'm gonna root for.
I think that would set the stream like to new records. I think that would be.
Just say, yeah, your streaming popularity
Yeah.
would skyrocket.
Man gets arrested on stream. But that is where we are now. You guys are all around a campfire. And you have told Jamna a bit of what you know. Freddy sharing that he saw for himself the treasure laden inside the cultist wagons. And Jamna is very thankful for that. Saying that, oh, thank goodness I don't actually have to check for myself.
Oh yeah, that's right. I had made that, or Ondar had made that comment. As long as you're not with the Zentarum.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. Ondar did say that. Basically, you guys had kind of like asked her, well, who do you work for? And she
Called it the network.
Yeah, she didn't really answer. She told you, oh, it's known as the network. Kind of a conglomeration of trade merchants and everything. And Ondar kind of, as an aside, well, as long as you don't work for the Zentarum or the Black Network. And then, conversation just kind of kept going on. Else did you share? Not exactly. I don't remember offhand, but that is kind of where we are right now. And you have asked her if she knows of any information, and she kind of picked her own brain and like I don't responding like I don't really know much more than you. So that brings us to the present moment where you are around this campfire. It is a still night. The flames of the fire kind of burning down into the orange embers and the charcoal of the wood. You feel comfortable right now. But Jamna is right here. You are to finish your conversation. Is there anything more you would like to say to her?
Well, if there's nothing else you could share with us, Lady, she's a gnome, right?
Correct.
Lady Gnome, then I guess we have shared equally with each other. Good evening.
Well, not just yet. I think what would come next is a plan, if we are to work together. Part of that teamwork is
Ondar
to
kind of stares at Freddy like, not menacingly, but like, that like, glare kind of thing.
Yeah, like it's good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of sits there, looking into the flames, making a show of like being deep in thought. After a little bit, she responds once more. Well, now come to think of it, after hearing some of what you said, some of my own pieces now maybe seem to demonstrate a larger plot at play. What I've been able to overhear, which isn't a whole lot, but it always seems to be brought back to this she and her, some boss they're all afraid of upsetting. Do you happen to know of any boss that they have? Wonder, He's kind of like in thought right now.
The dragon.
I'm sure they have one, but we not know of her.
Well, I've also heard them speaking to each other of their exploits, trying to outdo each other as men always do. And of course, at first it seems insignificant. Fighters are always bragging about their trophies. I didn't pay it much mind, but now... Perhaps their feats could be telling of where they've been and which settlements they've attacked. If we could find a pattern, maybe we could anticipate which settlements are in danger.
It seems like a prudent path.
Of course, I'm just thinking out loud here, but you know, do you happen to know where they've actually been? I only know that they've come from Baldur's Gate, as I hear that is that's where this caravan's from, and probably around that area. Though I don't know of any significant attacks on any establishments, any settlements.
The Greenfield area. This particular group of wagons seems to have... Greenest, for sure. We know. We fought them off there.
Real? What? Greenfields? Surely they couldn't have had that much treasure. You said they had a few wagon loads, correct?
Several, in fact.
Where,
5, I believe.
Where did they get all that treasure in the Greenfield?
Like I said, Greenest was one small settlement. It's not actually that small, and there is a keep there. So it does have some riches. Many apparently wealthy citizens have retired there from cities of the north.
It's easy to acquire so much gold when you're not just looking for gold. Their treasures include candlesticks, goblets, chalices, and the like. They take everything they can of value.
Just anything of value?
Anything.
Any precious metal, it seems, and also gems as well.
Family heirlooms, I would suspect.
Ondar clutches his shield a little tighter.
Yes, he does. He does. It's he's got a death grip on it. You know, it's a good shield. It's pretty.
She gets a screwed up look on her face, like I don't know. Just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, you're looking for treasure. Wouldn't you be looking in denser areas? I mean, of course, they're probably trying not to be found, but if they're attacking settlements in the Greenfields, I wouldn't think they'd find all that much. Certainly not 5 wagon loads. I don't know that they have that much gold in that area. Not like they attacked Baldur's Gate itself.
We suspect that Greenest wasn't the only town that they've hit. You know, they must have hit others. Perhaps smaller like villages, and just looted a few monasteries and whatnot.
Yeah. But Greenest is the only one that you've heard of that they've attacked? You don't have
It's
any...
the only one we witnessed. It's the only one we witnessed.
Okay.
It's the only one we have concrete proof of.
Gotcha.
They have came from somewhere else.
Well, the question, I mean, think about this. These 5 wagons that we know of are traveling so far north. Why?
Now that is a question to ponder. If they were located in this Greenfields area and attacking the settlements there, why didn't they just stay put? Why are they traveling so far north?
I just asked that question.
Yeah, well, it only makes sense that such a large...
Go ahead.
It only makes sense that such a large organization that, like, this isn't their only branch. If there are others like it throughout the countryside, gathering up gold such as they are and all bringing it to one location, it would be quite the impressive hoard they'd be able to collect. Little bit here, little bit there adds up real quick.
She
But
responds,
what would they need with such gold?
Oh, sorry.
It's because it's not it doesn't seem to be purchasing power they're straightly going for, because otherwise they would just pick all the gold and all the silver and all the coppers. But they're going for every single bit of precious metal. And since they're called the cult of the dragon, I wonder if they have a dragon that they're trying to build a hoard for.
go ahead, Hawkeye.
Oh, I was going to say this is out of character, but don't we know about the castle?
Yeah, but we don't want to tell her.
That we're moving up to a castle.
Do you say that?
I'm going to take that as out of character, unless...
Yeah, this is out of character.
Okay. Yeah, like Freddie said, I believe you guys are not wanting to tell her that information.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's
Freddie
doesn't.
why I asked out of character, but I couldn't remember if we talked about that or not.
I don't believe you brought it up. I know you guys like talked about the cult moving north, but the conversation stopped at Waterdeep, basically.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so Jamna responds to Andar. Ah, yes, just thinking rhetorically. You bring up very good points, Freddy. You believe perhaps that this is a smaller piece of a much larger engine.
Correct.
That is quite frightening. Makes me wonder how expansive the cult is. You think they will split up into groups and disperse after reaching Waterdeep, or maybe still traveling as one whole?
No, it's almost impossible to guess because we don't exactly know what their goal is. So it's hard to gauge if the treasures that they're collecting are going to accomplish that or not. If it doesn't, then I'm sure they'll disperse and try to collect more in order to further their plans. But if it isn't enough and they've reached that next level in their next stage in their plans, then they might travel as one.
If it were me thinking out loud, which it is, I think they're probably going to stick together. It makes no sense that they would go to Baldur's Gate, travel in one long line just to go north and split up. If they were splitting to different regions, you would think that they would have split already. I'm curious to see where they head from Waterdeep. You guys plan to stick around and follow them?
Aye.
Me too. It's good. And she stands up now, kind of dusts herself off, and well, those were some pretty dangerous fellows in the tavern that you handled. I saw some of you kind of beat up, but are you sure you're not over your heads? This cult is a whole new thing. There'll be a lot more than just brigands. Just asking, because the cult does keep very dangerous company. You see the Red Wizard, possibly, though it is as yet not completely confirmed. You know what kind of dangers they keep?
Well, even if we are in over our heads, it's a little late to swim back to shore now.
That is true, that is true. But the history of the cult, you know, they keep dragons, don't you?
From my understanding and what I've read, they raise dragons from the dead.
Yes, Dracoliches. I myself hope never to find one. Don't know quite sure what I would do.
Run.
Ha! Yes. Not fighting one of them things. You all look pretty capable, though. I only hope that your fortune keeps you in favor.
I will do what I can to let you get away.
You as well.
One last bit of advice. I paid close attention to the cultists after after your little rendezvous in the hostel earlier, or in the hostel late last night. They seem to have their attentions quite focused on you, Noct.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can continue this conversation on another night. Until then, I bid you all a good night.
Rest well.
Good evening.
She gives a quick bow, letting it linger for a little bit, then stepping up, turning around, scampering off into the darkness to the dying flames.
So, quick question, out of character. Is Samardag really like just chilling there the whole time?
He's in his bedroll.
Okay. He's secretly an agent.
Yeah.
Listening to us the whole time.
I couldn't tell she wasn't standing until she stood up. She's so short.
Sorry about that.
Should be.
Got a little angry at my desk there.
I don't trust her.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I got the feeling you guys didn't trust her. Because, I mean, we know a lot more than we pretended to, so...
She hasn't exactly given a reason to trust her. We do need to be careful.
Speaking of being careful, so... Story about the half-orc who turns into a monster and starts ripping people apart is probably pretty easy to remember. And we didn't exactly kill everyone that came into contact with that little trait. I'm a bit concerned that I might be a bit of a liability right now.
Wait, we didn't kill all of who?
I think this was before Hawkeye joined?
Are you talking about?
I don't remember, but back at the
on the camp.
Yeah.
Hawkeye
I think that
joined,
was that
like,
before Hawkeye? I don't remember.
Hawkeye joined like right as you were inside the camp, so it wasn't the first time when you escaped with the.
Oh,
the
right, yeah.
Yep, she wasn't there yet.
Okay, yeah, that was the time I was referencing when we tore a bunch of people, or it tore up a bunch of people, but we did not kill everybody because there were
Yeah.
hundreds
I
of
wasn't
them.
there then.
Yeah, I was pretty sure you weren't, and that Ureva joined during that, but I could not remember for the life of me.
Yeah, because I joined
The only one that
after-
survived. The only one that survived was the half dragon. What was his name again?
Langdedrosa.
Langdedrosa?
Thank you, Langdedrosa. Yeah, but he also
were-
only saw you from at the
There
bottom of the
were other people up on top of the cliff because that's what we found super quick, and had all those people fall down the cliff, and some of them died. Was because there were more dudes coming because I got on top of the cliff, and then there were a ton of patrols, and while you guys climbed up, I killed a lot of them, but more were coming, so we bounced. I mean, I don't know that I didn't leave anybody I fought alive or anything, but there were witnesses to that activity.
It's quite up in the air whether you're certain if you would be recognized or not.
Because it was pretty dark too.
Yeah,
And if
it
they're
was
just
dark
normal
and you were
Joe
on.
humans,
Yep, it was dark and Noct was on top of the ridge.
I'm just gonna say, maybe sleep with an eye open, guys.
oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
Ureva doesn't need to really sleep that much at all.
At this point, we should have already been sleeping with an eye open, in my opinion.
Okay, well, if you were going one eye, maybe do an eye and a quarter? I don't know.
I think you're wise for us to keep an extra wall of guard up.
Or, and I'm just gonna pitch it one more time, Ondar and I go over there and just pick a fight.
I thought we already agreed on this. There will be no fighting at this point. It is much more progressive for our cause if we simply keep our guard up.
Well, we'll see if you feel that way if one of them stabs you in the night.
We have extra eyes too. I point to Renard and Meg.
I don't
Right.
think I'd send Renard to go.
You keep talking about how that wolf or how that fox is going to do something, and I mean, it pees just everywhere.
I will pee on you next.
You are covered in bird shit. I'm going to say it. Nobody wants to be the one who says it, but I'm going to be the one who says it today. That bird keeps pooping on you. Can you do something about it? You say you talk to him.
Yeah.
Would you rather that she trains him to poop on you, Noct? You sound jealous.
Well, I can make some chicken wings. Man, I would kill for some chicken wings.
This
I guess
is
they're
not
pigeons,
productive.
so it's
guys.
not good.
This is not productive. We have a watch going. We are remaining vigilant. Let's do our best not to get ourselves stabbed in the middle of the night. And yes, not if they do come stabbing us first, then all hell can break loose.
So
Agreed.
The wizard has to go.
I
But
would
what can
also
we
agree,
do?
Ondar, if that red wizard does get involved, he needs to be a focus target for sure.
He will call undead upon us, and it would be very, very difficult for us to deal with the legion of undead.
What can we do to eliminate him without raising even more alarms?
If he-
We have an end goal in this mission.
Wanders away to relieve himself. We relieve him of himself.
I like that we've been watching this. He never pees. He's using magic.
He never goes to the bathroom.
That's how you know he's truly evil.
If I didn't know any
I
better,
don't
I
know,
think you guys
Freddie.
had
Do you know
some
how
sort
to
of
make
affection for him.
poison or something? I don't know. I really just, stick knives in people. Can you poison him? Using like a sword?
Ondar looks at Ureva and says, "An arrow through the throat."
I have poison.
My concern is that we've already raised enough attention to ourselves on this caravan as it is.
Right. Which is
do
why now's the
something that-
time to do something.
If we do
Like we're
something that
already
bold-
suspicious.
Exactly. So we want to do something even more bold and cause not just suspicion but proof.
Well, no, more just that, like, if you're 9/10 there, you might as well finish the thing. We are in for the penny, folks. Let's just kill that red wizard.
Ureva let out a huff.
There are
Clearly,
many,
we're not going to see eye to eye on this.
There are many, many vantage points around. You are a fine archer, Ureva. There are places where you could not be seen. All I'm saying is there are villainous people that haunt these trails.
Ureva, for a brief moment, allows a look of pure anxiety to cross her face at the idea of hunting down the Red Wizard. And she looks Ondar dead in the eyes and says, "And what if one arrow simply isn't enough? And we launch an attack, and we find ourselves on the receiving end of a very powerful aggressor."
She makes a fair point.
I don't disagree with you. But if he is in league with these cultists, and push comes to shove and we have to fight them, we are at a very severe disadvantage face to face with them.
I haven't seen many skilled archers on this caravan. Launching an arrow at him would put me directly in the line of questioning, bringing our entire company into question.
What if he was mauled by a bear? That happens. There are bears out there, right?
Unfortunately, a large majority of the caravan has already seen
I
one
crossed
of
my
our company
arms,
as a
like,
bear.
And shake my head. at
Okay,
the
what
bear.
about a wolf? I don't know. We'll turn it into a different animal. I thought you turned into animals.
I understand the point that you are making, but we have to think through the positives and negatives of all of these decisions.
We get to Waterdeep, we can observe and see what happens there. Maybe they won't allow him into the city. I don't know what Waterdeep's policy is for the Red Wizards, but I don't know. Let us reconsider this. We are not far from Waterdeep, I do not think.
Can I roll like a history check, Ryan, to see if I would know about Waterdeep's policies
Sure.
regarding certain
Yeah,
cultists?
definitely. You being an Bounty hunter.
Oh, I already rolled.
Eager beaver.
I got excited.
You would probably
What's
want to know.
proficiency 1/2?
He's a bard. He gets a lot of bonuses when it comes to skills.
Fucking bard.
Yep.
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 Bards and
Doing
rogues,
bargain
man.
things.
They skilly.
Headphones. Sorry, guys. I missed a little bit of the conversation earlier. So.
Ear to the ground. You are in frequent contact with people in the segment of society that your chosen cores move through. These people might be associated with the criminal underworld, the rough and tumble folk of the streets, or members of high society. This connection comes in the form of a contact in any city you visit. A person provides information about the people and places of the local area. So yeah, I would say go ahead and get advantage on that type of roll.
Go
Where's the hiccups?
Okay, I'll take my first one.
All right. So you're trying to remind me what you were trying to find out in Waterdeep.
Yeah, so would Waterdeep, well, A, would the guards of Waterdeep recognize someone of his order, and B, would they allow him into the city or not?
Ondar?
No, the red wizard.
Oh, the Red Wizard. Okay, so Red Wizard and just anything having to do with Fae itself is very taboo. So Waterdeep would not be outside of that. If they knew he was a Red Wizard, if they even suspected it, they would probably hold him. So the guards would not like that. They would turn him away from the city, and they would actually probably put people on alert. But it is not. It is not unheard of that exiled red wizards are around that would have the markings of Fae, like the shaved head and the tattoos and everything, and they're not aligned with Fae anymore, but they're still considered kind of the same. But it's not unheard of that they are traveling around.
Gotcha. I have a contact in Waterdeep, and I believe he's told me that if they recognize someone of his stature, ordeal, or order, they would definitely turn him away. So this cult would have to sneak him through if they wanted to keep him in the caravan, or he would depart and go around.
As you guys are talking and conversing around this campfire, you hear an audible breaking of a twig coming from the northwest.
Perception.
Everyone here?
Yeah, that's
Perception!
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Gonna be one of
There we
those
go.
days.
No, it's not.
Oh, nice one.
You know what, Hawkeye?
Okay,
Bring the storm down on you for that.
the twig,
I'll tell Ureva what it was.
whatever breaking of twig or branch could just be an animal moving through, but nevertheless, you all kind of hush and then just look around like, wait a minute, something's going on. You all look around in the darkness, and the glow of the fire casted across the tree line around. You're having a lot of difficulty and unsuccessfully finding the origin of this. But Hawkeye, you are so used to the wilds, and you know what's natural and what's not. You see what looks to be a form crouching down over here. And it is not moving right now, but you saw it pause. Far enough that you're certain it could not have heard what you said, but still wondering, like, what the hell? Is that a person or is that an animal?
All right. So I relay, like in hushed tones, like very subtly, I relay that information to the group. Like, hey, somebody's crouched over there. And then I bring up an idea of using Misty Step to try to, like, go over there and capture them.
Well, Misty Step's only going to get you 30 feet, and that's like halfway to where you pointed them out to. So Freddy is going to just continue the conversation, pretend we're all having a good time. He's going to start telling a joke.
Okay.
I don't know. Here, let me find a joke.
And while Freddy,
No, you have to find one of those fake jokes where in the movies they just tell the punchline and everybody laughs. They called it a pineapple. Knee slapper.
Oh, so I see this person, right?
You see a form that just stopped moving, crouched into the brush of this tree line.
Is it a humanoid form?
You just see a form.
Because otherwise I would use hold person, which is up to 60 feet.
You can try if you wish.
Sure,
happen.
I'll try. Well, I'll ask my companions first.
I don't think we're close enough to really insight on whether or not you do that. Just do it. Just do it. It's the end of the day. Burn that spell slot, baby. Who needs it? Spell slots are for nerds.
I just fucked up.
It happens.
All right.
I didn't see it. I didn't
Yep.
see it.
See. Yep, that's within range. Okay. Choose a humanoid that you can see within range. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration. Alright, Hawkeye. While Freddy's telling his joke, you just suddenly spring into
Invention
action. you
Our
suddenly
Hartley hold the
spring into
pan.
action and hold out your hand. Holding out a small straight piece of iron and saying the verbal and somatic components of this spell, and you feel it take hold. There is no cry, but you know that it has held this person. Whatever was in the woods is not moving.
What was that about?
Hey guys. It's on the end of this fishing pole. AKA, like, I got it. I got the fishy.
Caught something, did you?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's go see what she caught. Not. We walked through there.
Let's go take a look.
Urava will just casually like pull her bow out and have an arrow in the other hand, kind of swirling it around in the air.
On darn not walk
Freddy
over.
would like to try to slink into the woods. Very slinkily.
On darn not walk over.
I stand back a little bit just to keep distance, but to be able to still see.
Is there, what do they call those? Fish nets?
Right.
Is he quiet or is it just me?
Yeah, I would say you just got
he's
real
kinda
quiet
quiet.
on there.
Okay. Let me fix it. I had to switch headsets.
That'll
It's
do it.
okay. We love your booming voice, so we want to hear more of it.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. As you all kind of make your way through the woods, slinking around, trying not to alert the camp, you do see this form crouched down, unmoving, nothing but wide eyes in terror, looking at all of you.
Is that better?
Yep, that's much better.
Oh. Hello.
Hello?
Do I recognize if that's one of the guys who would have seen me in the tavern or hostel?
Make me an insight.
But I'm not good at that.
Not very high. See.
And I rolled really bad.
Yeah,
I told you it was a
you're-
bad
you're-
rolling day.
You're not quite certain. You just know this to be one of the cultists.
I turned to Ondar. And say, "I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones from the hostile. We're gonna have to kill him."
My friend, it's hostile.
Yeah, well, he's hostile from the hostile.
Hostile.
Hey, it's hard to say words when you got big teeth sticking out your face. Will you cut his head off already?
No, we're going to talk to him first. Perhaps we can gain some information.
I don't think, out of character, I don't think he can talk while that's happening.
Now, no.
Yeah,
but
he's
we
just
get-
kind of going.
Well, you grab his. You want the feet because we got to carry him out of the woods if we're gonna torch
I
him.
have rope.
Hawkeye, how long does hold person last?
Let me see. It says I
Probably
think
a minute.
1 minute.
Yep, 1 minute.
Okay. I'd like to try to charm person him.
Okay, well, Freddie, you're the smart one in the group, I believe. So
Okay,
If you
don't
guys
say that
can
about
like
me,
hold
please.
for a second, I can become a constrictor snake and constrict. So like still holding.
I'm mostly
Would be
worried that
fun.
we're within about 15 feet of people. You all see them, right?
carry him further into the woods.
That was kind of the only thing I wanted to do is carry him deeper into the woods.
Very well. Not please, by all means.
Can we just carry him off into the woods and then deal with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Do that. Pick him up. Pick him up. Move
Okay,
him into the
but
woods.
I still
All
make
right.
the idea.
Make me
That
a
can
quick
become a
strength
Solozo
check,
snake.
please.
Ondar and Todd are both grabbing him and carrying him further into the woods. So
All right.
Wait, can I help with that, like guidance or no?
Yeah. This would be a strength check.
Covered.
two of us, so I think one of us would roll at advantage, maybe.
Both of you at the same. I would
Okay.
just lower the DC, I think.
Strength check.
Yeah. Would be advantage. Or that would be guidance, I think.
Horrible. Thank
You
God
have
for
to. You
guidance.
do have to touch them.
She
You
did.
have to go up next to them. Touch one. Ability. Yep. Okay. So you would both get. Ondar gets the. Okay. Yeah, you can pick him up pretty easily. I mean, he's in a kind of an awkward position, so it's tough to keep hold. But you manage to pick him up, bring him off, away into the woods where you're fairly certain that you could kill him before he would be able to yell out. If he does, it would be far enough away that everybody sleeping would be like, whatever. All right,
That's all I
Freddy.
wanted to do before we started doing fancy shit. Now charm the hell out of him. Oh,
Try anyway.
I didn't want to have to kill that lady. She's gonna see it, and then we're gonna have to kill that lady to keep her quiet. Lita. I felt bad that I was gonna kill her earlier.
All right. All of a sudden, after nearly a minute of traveling, Hawkeye's, because it would take you a while to get him far enough away. Hawkeye's effect begins to falter after a minute. He is no longer under old person.
Well, she told me that it was a minute, so I was waiting until like his hold would be just about up,
Yep,
so we're not like fighting each other.
yep, I got you. So that's kind of how I was playing it. So I already
Hey.
rolled mine because you put your
Oh,
DC on there.
So he failed.
Nope, he got a 17. So as your spell begins to fade, Ondar and Noct, you feel him start to squirm. And then Freddy quick casts his spell, but he manages to shake it off.
Hawkeye
So
turns
we're
into constrictor
at this
snake.
point we're far enough away. We think that nobody would hear him.
Yeah, like if
Then as I'm carrying him, I just want to fucking slam him into the ground like a fucking wrestling move style. Just really, really drive him hard into the ground to
all
put him
right,
down.
go ahead and make me an unarmed attack.
Unarmed attack.
I would say otherwise I'll cast
not
a
as good
searing
at that.
strike on him.
Oh, poor
oh
bastard.
Jesus! All right,
All right, I'm just gonna roll. We'll just deal with the damage separately, but I'm gonna roll. This should be my unarmed strike. Ugh, that was terrible. What? Why logs? Why?
He's a slippery fellow, and as you're trying to slam him on the ground, he gets a weird slip. He's still kind of held in the air by Ondar and you, but you think he might get away.
I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go with Hawkeye because she got the constrictor snake in the chat first. Hawkeye changes into a constrictor snake. What are you doing?
Constrict.
Okay. So for constrict, is that an attack?
Yeah, so there's two attack buttons, but they both say melee +4, so.
Yep.
Fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
Man. That is not enough.
I mean, I would say try again.
Maybe he
but...
covered himself in oil before he came out here. No.
Yeah, I would say I would try again, but
He's
I don't know
so
if I can.
slimy.
Yeah, he's like squirmed his way out, knocked is in a precarious position. The only one that has a hold on him somewhat yet is Ondar. Even the snake is he's kind of holding off. Ireva, go ahead and make your attack.
You have to shoot him with an arrow in order for this to work.
I thought that was a 1. Okay, Ireva, you are doing...
I don't. For some reason, I couldn't see my roll, so.
It's because he rolls against you. No.
This has come up before, and I got confused before. I'm probably gonna always get confused, but thank you.
Okay, so you're doing Ensnaring Strike.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you have to hit him with an arrow in order for that to work.
Yep. So the way Ensnaring Strike works is you basically cast it as like an enchantment on your arrow, and then when it hits the guy, then he rolls his save. Go ahead and make me a bow attack.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, too late now, right?
Hey, not bad.
That
That's
is
good.
a hit. So, just for future reference, for all you guys that don't know, if you don't want to kill somebody, you just say that you try to make, you're just trying to knock them out a non-lethal blow. Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I was gonna say it before you rolled your damage. Like, please say non-lethal since it's not magic. Wait, does Ensnaring Strike do damage?
Ensnaring Strike does not do damage.
Whew, okay.
Yeah.
You can't non-lethal magic.
But you would still roll the damage for your longbow.
I would say, while constrained by it, the target actually takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns.
Yes. Ensnaring Strike definitely does do damage.
Try not to.
There we go.
If he goes down, then turn your spell off.
Yeah. So how do I fix this?
Roll damage, please.
Yeah, roll damage.
That.
And it's non-lethal, right?
Yep. Okay, 7 points of damage. He shot in the side. Does not kill him, and he manages to save.
Could I try to constrict him
is your
again or
spell
no?
DC really 13?
I just got desperate.
Yeah, it's based off wisdom.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, he does manage to save. Vines shoot out around the arrow, but he manages to pull them all off. Ondar, please make me a strength check.
God.
Just strength check.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Ondar for that.
You wouldn't know that he has to do this.
Oh.
Yeah, it has to be with intention, remember?
Oh, never mind. I can't since I'm a snake anyways.
That's
Magic snake.
unfortunate.
All right, he manages to wriggle free. Everybody please roll initiative.
This mother...
Wow, I'm rolling like shit.
I've already changed my dice color twice.
Oh,
So.
I
Fucking
understand
send
why
Knock home
he
if he
rolled an
keeps
extra
rolling this
P4.
way.
Typical Ondar day.
Well, you did give him that inspiration earlier. He just didn't use it.
Yeah,
with the
yeah. I
strength
thought
check.
I gave it to him before his check, but I understand.
No, I did the first time.
No,
Yeah,
No, for knock.
No, no, that was guidance. She can't twin cast guidance.
Yeah. Guidance is a
Yeah.
concentration. You can only do one. So in that moment, it was Noct and Ondar doing something at the same time, so you could only cast
Right.
one.
Oh.
All right. Since Ond already used it, then Nox's actual initiative would be 6.
Uh-huh.
Music's now.
Yeah, I don't know.
One
Well,
of
I'd
the changes
offer
I
to sing
like.
for you, but you don't want that.
One of the changes I like is you can move the character tokens, portraits from the top left.
You can do what?
Yeah.
Little tokens.
On the top
you can
left.
move them. Yeah.
Yeah, you can unlock them now.
Yeah.
It's weird that they gave that a UI when everything else is just right click, though. I mean, I understand why they had to conceptually. Well, I guess no, they don't, because you can do it through the right click also. So why does that one get a UI and the rest don't? I don't understand that at all now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait,
they're-
so what-
I think
don't
they're
know.
listening to the community on a lot of things here.
Wait, so what does that do? What is? I'm sorry.
You can just move it.
Yeah, it just
You
makes
want it?
you can make your window look different if you want.
Oh,
Whatever
okay.
works kind of better for you, basically.
Oh, can I have the snake token?
Let me get that.
You rearrange your own
I would
desktop
have to do
now.
that or not.
Hi, baby girl. If you guys hear him
Choose
meowing, it's just
this.
because the world's cutest cat is right here. Emma. Emma. Yeah.
Did that work, Hawkeye, or can you not see?
I don't think that's a is that it's a snake with wings.
That's not what I wanted. This guy. There you go. She just goes. All right, so we will begin at the top of the order. Ireva, you have initiative. He is out of the grip, and he looks like he's gonna flee.
Well, I don't want to kill him. I think at this point, can I just like try to rush forward and tackle him?
By all means.
How can I do that? I don't have a tackle action.
That's a
Big
grapple.
grapple.
Oh, grapple!
And that's in the new generic action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
Did it work?
All right. Grapple is a contested check, correct?
I don't know. I don't know these things.
Yeah.
Okay. He is going to make his own check. Yeah, Ireva just runs forward and tackles him on the ground. You are now lying on top of him, holding him down.
Bow chicka bow wow.
I look at Ondar. Don't get any ideas.
Under grins sheepishly.
Shieldishly?
This is a silly question. Would I be able to do constrict even though she like has him held
Yeah.
down?
Yeah, definitely.
Just so she isn't in danger if I do it. Okay.
Still your turn, Ireva.
Oh. I mean, honestly, now that I have him grappled, I'm just gonna look at him and yell, "What do you want from us?"
He can
So-
speak now, so.
Initiative-wise, I'm done.
To that, he responds, "Ugh." He just gives a grunt.
Okay, then I'll grab the arrow that is in his side, twist it a little, say, "What do you want?"
All right.
Snap.
Roll me a d4.
Okay. Might regret that.
Give the lady inspiration.
Inspiration to roll lower or higher?
No, just grant her an inspiration for that. That was
was-
I think she still has inspiration.
Oh, I do.
Yep, she still has
okay.
inspiration.
I didn't put myself in a position to use it last time.
Yep.
Give her more inspiration.
Only one inspiration at a time. That's why you gotta use
You
it.
know, you guys inspire me every week, so.
Oh.
All right. He cries out in pain. Not quite dead. But, make me an intimidation check, please.
It's not go for me. Yeah.
He responds to that with, you're all gonna die. If not by my hand, by one of my lads. All right.
All right. I'm at my turn then.
All right, Hawkeye, you are up. Is that your constrict?
Yes.
Okay. 11 versus the dude. Man, the one thing about all these extensions, I think they have messed up the targeting. So 11 versus his AC. His AC. Yep, that is insufficient. Trying to wrap around him once more, he turns and just kind of grabs your head and refuses you to grapple him.
And then. Sorry, I'm trying to see if this does the multi-attack of bite and grab or not.
Don't kill him, please. I already.
Oh no,
almost
I was
did.
just going to, like, hold him there so you, like, if he tries to attack you. I don't think I can do anything else, but I'm not sure.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Oh yeah, I said I don't know if I can do anything else or if I could do like a bite attack too. Like I don't know if Snake could use two at once.
Yep, your constrict was an action, so you would not be able to perform another action. You have a bonus action.
Yeah, with multi-attack, you attack, or you take the attack action unless it says otherwise. So constrict is special.
I don't know if I can do bonus action then. Can I just like lay on his throat?
You want to lay on his
Like
throat?
not not constrict, but like just lay over
Okay, yeah.
his neck. Like
Sure.
not constrict, but can I wrap around it to prepare to constrict next turn?
That would pretty much count as the constrict, as part of the action that you take when you constrict.
okay.
So, I mean, you can, I guess, it just wouldn't really have any function.
Yeah, like I want to constrict, but just
Okay.
to, I guess, intimidate. If that makes sense.
Yep. All right, anything else,
Okay.
Hawkeye?
No, I end my turn.
There it is.
Gotta click the next actor.
Yeah, I was trying to get the combat tracker up. There we go.
All right, Noct, you are up.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna come over here and with the flat side of my halberd. Because there's not like any reason not to. Recklessly give him a smacking that will knock him unconscious and not kill him. I guess I would have already had advantage since he's down, but it doesn't matter. I just like being reckless. Get out of your logs every
That
time
is
I
a
roll it.
hit.
Double advantage.
The flat of your axe smacks him in the head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I need to roll damage, or is he definitely going down? Because I do a lot of damage.
He definitely falls unconscious.
All right. So I give him a good crack right in the skull, and lean a hand out to help Urava get up, and say, "We should tie him up this time." To be fair, somebody suggested we do that, and I did ignore it, but it would probably be best to do it this time.
I slither my way down to his body. And then I'll try to constrict again.
I mean, he's unconscious, so
I mean, yeah, he's unconscious. We
Then
could
when
just
he wakes up.
Snake. We could just tie him up with rope if you wanted to be a part of the conversation, but with more than hiss, Snake.
I'm a danger
Snake.
rope, okay?
A danger rope?
The question is now, what do we do with it?
Rope.
That's
I say no
to
rope.
change your snake form into danger ropes.
Yeah. It's danger noodle and a nope rope.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, oops, I messed that up. I'm a nope rope.
So, okay. Can we also tie him up? There's nothing against the snake here, but like maybe multiple levels in case when he wakes up and tries to wriggle, the snake falters.
Freddy pulls out his
Thank you.
and just ties him up because Freddy has the sleight of hand.
Yeah, I figured he would.
Ready?
27, that's a
my
good
God.
knot, man.
Okay. Okay, so that came up as
Put him in
19,
an Iron
but I
Maiden.
swear to God that was a 1 on my screen.
Oh,
Oh, that's why you went oof. I was like, what?
Yep.
You
like,
rooting
what?
for him?
27.
There we go.
Alright.
Now I have a better
All right, he's not going anywhere. We got him.
Yes, he is definitely restrained.
And then I'll stay here until he wakes up.
Look at Ondar and say, "Can you put a little bit of life in him so we can have some words?"
Mondar looks at Knot, looks at Freddy, looks at Urava, looks at the snake, looks back at Freddy. Is there an opportunity here, Freddy?
Well, we already shot him with an arrow. We've already held him. I've already tried to charm him. If he goes back to his group and tells them what we did, it's going to put him in a frenzy and give him plenty of justification to attack us.
You're right.
Or get the rest of the caravan against us.
You're
So if
right.
we're going to deal with
Yeah,
There's
man, he
an
can't walk
opportunity
away.
here for one
We
of
should
us.
at least wake him up and
Wait.
question
let
him.
me finish.
before
Hang on. What's
Let me
Ondar saying?
Let me finish. Yes, there's an opportunity. I can charm him, get some answers out of him, and then we can make it look like it was an accident.
Accident. He was
Also-
clearly spying on us, and he definitely recognized me.
Yes, but further, Freddy, he and you are roughly the same height.
Oh, you were not. You wanted him to go undercover as this guy. I wish I did not get that, my friend. You got a magic cleaning thing, right? Where you can clean people.
There is.
You have prestidigitation?
Yes,
I don't remember.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
I don't
yes.
mean for long term, Freddie. This gentleman's life is forfeit, and I use gentleman in the vaguest terminology. His
Yeah, I
life
mean,
is
we're gonna
forfeit.
make this. So, I mean, we either dig a hole, or me or the snake chew him up real good and toss him in a creek, and people just think that the wolves got at him.
You can charm him all you want. That magic will eventually wear off, and
Can you make yourself look like him? Like take his face?
Not magically so. No, I would have to
Do I have to cut
require.
his face off? I don't know that that's gonna
but
work
he
out.
has a cowl. You could.
Yes, I would have to use normal means, but yes, I can do it.
Short term in and around their campsite at night, quickly maybe listen in, return to us quickly, shortly. You have made yourself invisible before. You could use that. You know.
Wait, if he's not going to talk to him, then he could just magically be invisible to Snoop. Or do you want him to talk to him? I thought he was going to go, like, you know, try to be their buddy, but that's going to
use the invisibility to his advantage, but if it fades, he's got this. Yes? I just get more knowledge. I don't trust that gnome. I think she's playing two ends against the middle. Perhaps he could use this to get to the wizard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe, because this guy, I kind of like...
Set them against themselves. Dress this way, kill the wizard, go invisible, be seen killing the wizard, dress like this.
Oh, that is devious.
Well,
I like the plan, but I do not know if I have the lethality to pull it off, Ondar.
That would put someone in immediate danger as well, because who's not to say that they wouldn't immediately draw weapons and attack?
Well, then he would turn invisible and run away, but more importantly, and this is not a slight against you, friend, I do doubt your one-hit lethality on
a knife across the throat is lethal.
Well, that's actually.
I mean, you've been
Ryan.
stabbed to death many times, and you're still here, aren't you, Ondar?
Oh no! Question for Ryan: How like is coup de grace a thing in this game in this version?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought we had. I vaguely remember there being rules about coup de grace getting like insta crits and stuff.
Yep. And there should be an effect so that whenever they are unconscious or whatever, it would automatically do it for them.
It's been a very long time since we looked at those rules, but I recall there being a thing for that.
I'm looking at all of the.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking at all the ways I can buff myself to see how much total damage I'd be able to do right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was like a weird stealth kill thing that I recall, but I cannot find that page.
It looks like it comes down to I'd be doing a 2d8 plus 5.
So I can give you Long Strider so that you are able to move more quickly.
My friend, if you wished, you could make me invisible.
Oh, this is 4E. This is okay. That's why I couldn't find anything because I'm in the wrong. I was like, oh, I found it. Nope, this is different fucking set.
I could go into the camp, take my dagger. I can summon Torm's blessing upon me, and I could do the deed.
Well, that is going to be... I mean, if our plan was to do this stealthily and then slink away, the thing you're saying you're going to do is the opposite of stealth. I mean, it's stealth when you get up there, but...
I would remove my armor.
Right, but when they see the righteous justice, like, explosion of holy death that you do, they are definitely going to notice it. Getting a quick prison stabbing in is one thing, but you are going to draw some attention, buddy.
Yes.
Invisibility is a touch attack. I would not be able to get you out.
Understood.
I just hiss at the cultist's face.
Meanwhile, the snake, I'm going to eat you when you wake up.
The snake's just like, I'm going to fuck you up.
Is it a big enough snake to eat a man? That's a good question.
Well, it is large, isn't it?
I don't know.
I mean, if
there are
we
large snakes, but I don't know.
If we are going to do a stealth attack on our opponent, maybe we can do some scoping out of where he lies at night. And if we are able to send someone, if we're going to send someone in, perhaps you can leave an eye view so that not only are we going to put a dagger to his throat, but maybe we can put an arrow in him as well. If we're going to do this...
I think things are at the precipice of action. We can't, like, this guy's not going back to camp. They are gonna be looking for him come the morning, so we can make it look like he got hit by wolves and killed, but I mean, they're gonna be suspicious of us.
I was talking about the
obviously.
Red Wizard. This gentleman, he's not going anywhere.
He's going to die.
That's what I'm saying. If we're gonna kill the red wizard in a sneak
Roll
attack,
while we're talking, we're all whispering. Just
it's happening
for role-playing
right
purposes.
now.
So do we kill him and make it look like a bear or a wolf killed him? Yes. We're going to take his clothes.
Well, yeah, we strip him first so that we don't get blood all over him.
Okay.
Well, I don't have any leftover wild shapes.
I can
I
make it look like an animal ripped him apart. You realize?
Oh yeah, you have the
Guys,
guys.
Andar starts taking his clothes off.
Freddy's holding out his hands. Guys. So a bear and a wolf maul him in the middle of the woods and then take all of his clothes.
Yeah, he thinks about that. He looks you right.
So you're saying I gotta eat him down to the bone?
It's one or the other. We either take the clothes and
Oh, I see what you're saying.
make an attack, or we make it look like an accident.
Well, I think the attack is going to, regardless, if we're going to do the attacking, I don't think we need to hide the body. Like, we are making a statement at that point.
No.
But do we have to? Do they have to know that it's us?
Again,
Because the point was to be stealthy.
Remember, the caravan also all works together. So, if there is foul play, like someone sneaking in and killing the wizards, someone trying to get away with it, a dead body found in the woods that looks like it was murder instead of an accident, etc., the caravan will come together, and they're all going to be unified against whoever they think is at fault.
So it has to be an animal attack, meaning this guy needs to be ravaged. His clothes need to be on him.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we need to be extra careful. It can't be a form that our Hawkeye has taken and they've seen. Otherwise, it will come right back to us because we've had the others witness.
Well, Nox said he could turn into a wolf, so in a pack of wolves.
Yeah, I'll just rip his body into shreds. That's
I think that's our
not
safest
really
bet.
a big deal.
It's
But
past midnight by this point. What?
Right. Not do your
Oh,
business.
okay.
In game, he's saying in game. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
We'll leave his clothes on, not do your business.
So we need to make a decision quickly so we can also rest.
Yeah.
I still
But
Natural
do we want to try to talk to him before, or
What is there to
Andar?
gain?
I don't
I
know.
say we.
Andar, I like your
Something.
plan, I like your plan, but my vote is that we just make it look like an accident and call it a night.
Our plans need to happen on different nights, otherwise it's too coincidental.
So what are we doing? Are we stripping him or just shredding him?
Oh,
Shredding
yeah,
him.
what I thought we
Okay.
should do is ask him, and if it doesn't get anywhere
You're a
again, then
snake.
we do
You're
whatever.
A snake. You're a snake.
You're a snake. You're a snake.
Yeah, you're a
They
snake.
can't talk to us.
Yeah.
That is the argument. I don't worry. That is the argument I'm currently making. Is why are we not going to at least try to find out what he came looking
Yes,
for?
we need to
I would like to know if
interrogate
he
him.
was looking for me, looking for you, and then I'll eat him.
Interrogate him, eliminate him, and go to bed.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Did you just say you'll eat him?
I mean, when I get angry, I get big crazy face that eats. I've eaten people before.
Hey.
Don't even make it like I ain't done it.
Anger
my
makes
bear's
you
eaten
hungry.
people
Don't
before.
judge. Don't
I
judge.
get angry.
Yep.
Form of hangry face.
I am a female. I can
that-
understand hangry, so
Andar's going to wander back towards the camp to make sure nobody else is wandering this way.
I'm then going to charm the cultist. Can you do
Well,
that
he's-
if someone is unconscious?
I
I
don't think
don't
he can
think-
do it while he's unconscious. We gotta
I
wake him
think
up
they have
first.
to be awake.
It doesn't say that he has to hear me. It just says charm a humanoid I can see within range.
Ugh.
There's nothing about hearing. Well, there's verbal and somatic components, but there's nothing about him having to hear it.
sneaky.
Yeah, it lasts for an hour. Yeah, I'll let that go.
Okay, if it only lasts an hour's a long time. Just kidding.
If
It's
now,
not.
second
It's not
question:
concentration.
if he is unconscious, does he get a saving throw versus it?
Good question.
So I would say that a wisdom saving throw is to try and resist the effects, not to see if it hits or not. I'll say it's an automatic success if he's
Okay.
unconscious.
I double checked my restraints on him. And then I'm going to give him a quick healing word.
I'm still constricted around him, right?
Yes.
And he's also tied up, but
he's tied up, and you are also constricting him. So your
So now,
your
as-
snake head
as-
is probably like right next to him, just like staring straight at him when he wakes up.
Now, as
yeah,
he's
that's
waking
what I
up,
wanted. That's what I wanted, is
Okay.
like hissing at his face.
as he's waking up, I say, if we want answers out of him, do not harm him. Once we're done, then we'll see what happens.
All right, Hawkeye, go ahead and make me an intimidation check.
As
Well,
the snake?
he's friendly.
What would my other thing be if it's intimidation for? Would I have a different stat for that?
Is Andor running laps? Is that what's going on there?
He's patrolling.
Go ahead and make me an
Do I
intimidation.
have a different intimidation for the snake?
It's a good question. Stricter snake. Intimidation is charisma, correct? So you have a +4.
Yeah,
In charisma?
you keep your like shifter.
Yeah, you keep your brain even if
Yeah,
you
the
lose your
brain's
body.
off.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It's just,
Yeah.
yep. Go ahead and do that -1.
It's just strength, dexterity, and constitution that would change.
All right.
That's why I was
He
asking.
thinks snakes are super cute.
He
He's
wakes
one of
up.
those.
He wakes up and he's still kind of woozy, whatever, and a little groggy. And instead of seeing like the live snake right in front of him, he sees the cartoon snake, like in Robin Hood. The cartoon.
Oh my gosh.
I just stroll over to him and I kind of like kneel down. I say, "Good morning, sunshine."
He. Oh yes. What's going on? Why do you have me tied up? He seems to be misunderstandably like friendly to you, Freddy.
Yep. Oh, you were a danger to yourself earlier. You should have seen it. Just an absolute madman. We had to tie you up. But we do have a couple of quick questions before we let you go, if that's all right.
What questions?
I look over at Ureva.
I hiss. Like trying to ask questions, but then like just hisses come out.
We could start with why you were watching us.
He looks to the rest of the party, because Charmed, I think he's only. So it's only to you, Freddy. He's not friendly to the other people.
He's charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it.
Yep. So he's charmed by you, but
Yeah, the charmed creature
friend-
regards
yeah.
you as a friendly acquaintance.
Just
when
want
the
to make
spell
sure
ends.
I have.
You're his
these-
buddy.
yeah.
We're,
I just want
we're
to make
the
sure I have
friends
these
that you're
mechanics.
hanging out with.
We're still
That's
bad.
kind of why I guess that was more directed at the let's call it the table, because I was expecting Freddy to be.
Yep. I just
Yeah,
wanted to make sure. I just
why,
want to make sure I
why-
got these mechanics correct.
Yeah.
Why were you checking up on us, man? What was up with that?
He looks at Noct and just kind of like immediately like on edge, but then looks back to you, Freddy, and you see his body language kind of loosen up a little bit. Like, well, I mean, we're talking a lot about that one, and he motions like his elbow because he can't really move his hand in Noct's direction.
See, And you guys think I'm not smart. I figured out their plan well before they did.
Oh, so you're just curious, or what was up?
Well, we heard tales of some beast man back at our camp. Kind of odd that we have a beast man in our midst right now. We think me and the pals are kind of wondering if this is one and the same.
Should we tell them that it is? Because it is.
Ah, I see.
I aided your friends.
He just kind of goes like, oh, shit.
But don't worry, my buddy Freddy's here. He got my back. That'd be a really tense situation. The monster that killed all your friends, but also there's your good buddy Freddy. He's not gonna let nothing bad happen to you.
Yeah, no.
Why am I tied up? Oh God!
So that's all you were looking for. You're just trying to see if this guy over here was the same one that you for. Nothing else.
Roll me a persuasion, and you get advantage on this.
Now, too quick on the trigger.
I mean, you got 19, so you probably won't need it.
Yeah.
No, take that back.
Hey.
So
So
it's like 24?
So yeah,
24.
yep. All right. He well, I was going to try and loosen one of your axle wheels, if I'm being honest. Cause a little bit of an accident on the road.
That's really rude of you, dude.
And I don't really know what that would have got him. I mean, minor inconvenience is not stabbing me in my sleep or stabbing the lady.
I'm gonna
over there.
elbow knocked in the side and say, shh.
I don't want to.
Shh.
So I do have a quick question for you. So where do you guys have a red wizard with you? Is that who I saw? Who's that guy with the robe with the bald head? You know, is he a red wizard?
His eyes narrow at this, and he kind of purses his lips, looks at you suspiciously.
Because I heard rumors too, and I just wanna be, want to check it out, see what's true.
Why does that matter?
Well, because I heard they're really dangerous, and you're my friend. I want to make sure you go cave traveling with him.
Red wizards, yeah, they're dangerous. Seems to be kind of holding on to something very tightly.
I
So is he
pissed
one
at
of
him.
them?
What was that?
Is
I
he
said I
one of
pissed at
them?
him.
He might be.
Like you don't know, or you just don't want to tell me because it's a good secret.
He kind of looks away, not wanting to look you in the eyes right now.
Can I do a little bit of an insight there?
Go ahead.
See if.
Yep, and you get advantage on this.
Oh well, all right.
Oh, good.
You're gonna need this one.
Well,
Oh,
You're
the opposite of last time.
you're kind of unsure
Okay.
about why
Fair
he's not telling you this, because he is charmed. So he sees you as a friend, but the fact that he's not answering this is kind of rubbing you the wrong way. You think a different line of questioning, a different strategy of questioning might get you more, maybe? Question mark?
Like twisting the
Gotcha.
arrow in his side.
no.
No, because he want to be charmed.
No. So, you guys got a pretty big group of guards over there. Who's the strongest amongst all of you? Is it you? Are you the toughest?
Who's my tough boy?
He's like, well, I can hold my own, but probably not the strongest.
Well, who's the strongest then?
That would be Alder.
Which one's Alder? I don't know that name. Is he a friend of yours?
Well, yeah, he's in my camp.
What's he look like?
He looks like a cultist.
So like he's just another one of the regular cultist
Yeah.
generic dudes. Okay, all right. Well, what about the camp further to the north? Do they have any big tough guys?
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, who's the biggest and toughest then?
The biggest and toughest in that one, I'm not quite sure.
Oh,
We-
you don't talk with them?
Yeah, we splintered off. We've been given orders to kind of separate on the way north to Waterdeep.
To separate? Well, where are you going?
Well, we're all going to the same place. We were told to stay away from each other and not bring any notice to ourselves. As little as possible.
I see. Well, you guys are doing a great job then, especially you. No one will notice you out here.
You know, thank you. We don't get enough praise. We never get told we're doing things the right way.
Right? Yeah, especially my boss. Like I put my like thumb over my shoulder towards Ondar. My boss, he never gives me any compliments, man. So, where are you guys taking all that stuff in your carts then? Like, what's on the other side of Waterdeep for you?
Well, we're going to Waterdeep first, and then we got to find a different way north. After that, not quite sure. I'm only a lowly acolyte. My boss he has different orders. He usually tells us what we're doing next. All I know so far is that we're going to Waterdeep, and then we're supposed to be headed north to some castle.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So is your boss the bald guy, or is your boss in your troop?
He narrows his eyes again at your mention of the bald guy. My boss is in the cult.
Okay, so also the bald guy isn't even in the cult then. He's just like he's a ruffian. He's a tag along then, a stray that you guys picked up.
He very slowly nods his head, like still kind of eyes narrowed at you. Yeah, he's not one of us.
Well, then what's he doing? You guys seem like a real close-knit group, a lot of unity. What's he doing there gumming up the works?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure. He's in a different camp, a different wagon. I just know that we were supposed to pick somebody up when we got to Daggerdale. He tagged along with a different wagon, so I don't really have a lot to tell you.
Okay. Well, you've been mighty helpful, friend. I clap him on the shoulder a little bit. Has anybody else got any queries for my buddy here?
Don't know how much more he's gonna be able to give us. Trying to think.
Well, and out of character, I'm not sure how else to approach the line of questioning about the Red Wizard.
Yeah, sorry, that was obviously out of character because I wasn't using my voice, but also I'm trying to think of anything that this guy would like. There are questions, but I feel like he's not gonna fucking know about Rezimir. That was the dragon lady, where she would be. We could ask, but I feel like he's probably not gonna know.
Oh, that's a good question, my friend. Rezimir, do you know the name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
a lot
knows
of people heard
Rezimir.
about her, right?
And there's like a little bit of fear in his voice as he responds to.
You seem a little shaky there. Are you cold?
I mean, a little bit, but you don't want to get on Rezmir's bad side.
Why not?
Well, he's a half dragon. I mean,
A what?
yeah. They're
No.
those creatures are some fearsome things. I mean, dragons themselves all be to their glory, but the half dragons, my god, they see to a lot of us as nothing more than fodder. Say the wrong thing to them and they'll just strike you on the spot.
Oh, that's crazy, dude. What is she the one in that cart that you all were carrying her in?
Make me another persuasion with advantage, just to be like friendly terms. Keep on your friendly terms. If he wants to keep giving the information. Right. So he's like kind of just relaxing a little bit more. Still very focused on you, Freddy. Yeah, I heard she went through the city beforehand and arranged all of this for our wagons. We were just told to bring it from one end to the other and load it up in a wagon, and whatever wagon we got on, then we would just go forward. She's leagues ahead. We're supposed to meet her.
Oh, ask him if there's any identifying markers to find Castle Neratar. Like if he, because I assume we don't have like a map to tell him to draw on a map, but like if we could get some kind of markers that he might know. Does that make sense?
Freddy holds out his hand and creates an image using prestidigitation of like the Sword Coast, and I highlight the area kind of where Castle Terramir would be. And like, so you're going like over here, right? And I point with my pinky like towards where the that grid was that you pointed us on the world map.
The Mirror of Dead Men.
Yes, thank you.
Spooky place.
He looks at the map, he's on the ground and he's in an awkward position, but he kind of moves his neck.
I hold it down to him, like tilt my wrist so he can.
Oh God, he's still tied up.
He's like looking at it and everything. Like, I mean, I heard about some swamp and a castle in a swamp, but they didn't actually tell me a whole lot.
Did nobody mention like what the place looks like? What, like if there's like a big gully next to it or a weird looking hill or something?
No, they told us we'd be going to Waterdeep, and then we would have to find different hire to go north. Something about some job on the way that's a front until we make it to the actual castle. I don't know, some old broken down ancient castle that's in the swamp. It's really all we were told.
Tell me about this job. What type of job you guys doing? Maybe I can get hired on.
There's some hostel in the middle between Waterdeep and Neverwinter. Because the roads are broken down with age. You know, it kind of looks at you like expecting you to know this. Basically, as a history out of character, just like a metagame that your characters would probably know. The road between Waterdeep and Neverwinter is kind of choked over with wildlife. So the current time of this age is they're trying to clear that road again for safe travel.
Okay.
So he's basically saying like, he heard that there's a certain area that is hired to clear this road, and many workers come to get hired on by this. And he's saying that it's also a front for the cult, he says.
Fair enough. I'll have to check into it when we get to Waterdeep. Maybe I can be in the same card as you, man.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of friends, do any of your other friends know you're out here? Maybe we can invite them too.
Does anybody know where you are, bud? If you suddenly went missing, would anybody notice? in the most friendly manners.
Exactly.
I'm not a psychopathic killer or anything.
He says, no, I tried talking to the other guys and explaining like we need to take care of him, but they said we needed to wait and stay focused, and if he was that beast man, we could lose him in Waterdeep. But I didn't trust it, so I wanted to try and sabotage your wagon.
And that was the best decision you got to make in your whole life, buddy.
Yeah, so you're here by yourself? Wow, you're so brave.
He looks kind of proud of himself.
So, well, at least the last thing he gets to experience in this life is pride and a friendship.
Well, I mean, if you're so brave, like, I'm surprised you're scared of a little half dragon like that. Who else are you afraid of in this caravan?
This caravan?
Yeah, like who's the most scary in this caravan to you?
Well, I do. Truth be told, that new guy, he's... And he kind of stops himself.
The Red Wizard, I would just assume, is who you are speaking of.
And when Ondar speaks up, he kind of just shuts his mouth and then gets real quiet again.
Freddy looks at Ondar with a very stern look.
Just getting late.
All right,
Not wrong.
I think I'm gonna have to get going. And I look up at Noct and just nod.
Yeah. He looks over at me as I crack my knuckles and do like the jaw adjustment so you can really hear it pop as I hulk out with I mean, we can go through the hits on it, but...
Sad man, you have not given us any information on the wizard, have you?
He was not into that.
Too bad.
I tried to approach the situation a little more softly, but directly bringing him up as you did had him shut down earlier, and it just made him shut down again, unfortunately.
Yes, that is sad. May have been the only thing that could have saved your life.
I don't know why you're lying to him.
Yeah.
It may have. It may have been the only thing that could have saved his life. We could have sent him on his way somewhere.
Is this out of character or is that in character? Because
No, it's in character.
Yeah, it sounds like Ondar's in character and Freddy was out.
Yeah. I'm saying yes, out of character.
Okay.
Like, would that be an intimidate check?
Ondar, go ahead and roll an intimidate.
Ooh.
Sure.
It's pretty good.
He clenches his jaw and kind of removes his gaze from Freddy, but then at Ondar saying, you know, that the Red Wizard, that could have been the only thing with your life. Suddenly his mouth like opens and he looks to you, Freddy, and he's like, what? What's he mean? What's he mean?
Freddy?
Freddy?
Buddy? Oh, pal!
I'm scared.
He's serious. You better tell him what he wants to know. I'm scared of him too. I don't know if I can stop him.
What
I want to, but I don't know if I can.
do you want to know?
Everything. His name, what he wants, where he's going, and why he's going.
Right, Ondar,
3.
roll me a persuasion check.
I know, right?
Man, that charisma.
It's what I do.
Yep, he's visibly shaken, kind of having just understood that he was completely misunderstanding the situation. Still charmed by Freddy. Still thinks Freddy's his friend. He looks between Ondar and Freddy, and then he's like, "Well, I don't know his name. We weren't told his name, but
Whatever.
we were told to freight him along with us. Given commands by Resmir that he was to be given safe passage. Nobody else was allowed on the nobody else is to be allowed on the wagons except for one figure, and then we would know.
Bon appetit, not.
No! He just gives this great, like, he looks around real quick, and then his last gaze lingers on Freddy pleadingly.
Betrayal!
As Noct hulks out into his beast form and just gives savage claws across his body, raking them as Hawkeye sinks her teeth into his neck. And his eyes...
Making sure to do special focus on the arrow wounds to make sure that those are no longer identifiable. Shred that whole side of his body. Boom.
I mean, I'm not sorry.
Freddy is going to walk away
what
from
it
this
took.
one. Not that he's queasy, but that we need a presence by the fire again. Before
Well,
it's too
wait.
suspicious.
I'm gonna need you to clean me up, friend.
Ondar watches towards the
Some of us
other
are getting
wagons to
coated
make
in
sure
blood.
no one hears him, and no one reacts to the screaming that was just done.
All right.
Ureva will
I
remain
switched back to the
behind.
humans.
I would say Ureva will remain behind to make sure cleanliness happens while the other two can meander back and
The
carry on up
opposite.
the sod.
I mean, I shake like a dog when I'm done, but I'm not gonna get all the blood off.
Noct is right. Ureva, you should go back. Let me handle it. Hawkeye, you as well.
As you
I
wish.
hiss and then
Gotta go to my wagon anyway. Hey, lady.
All right, so his last lingering gaze settles on Freddy as the light dims from his eyes and Freddy kind of turns his back. And he is ravaged. He is completely ravaged by the snake and Noct. Noct, when
After
you're,
a bit,
when you're
I-
all done, you look upon his body and it just looks like he was mauled by a wild animal.
Yeah, I was gonna say after kind of done, I take a step back, do like the finger up, check the scene. Yeah, this looks like a wolf got him. Couple of them.
Direwolves.
Direwolves, they are a dangerous breed. Remember, everyone, direwolves are dangerous.
All right.
Fred, could you clean me up a bit?
So now
No,
Freddy is going
I said
to
I
cast-
would switch back into my human form before I
Okay.
left. Like when Freddy said his thing, I hissed and then I changed it back.
Gotcha.
So Freddy is going to start casting prestidigitation multiple times to not only clean off Noct, but then also get rid of all of the footprints that were all around him and leading to him from us, carrying him into the woods. But leaving all of the paw prints and the snake coils that were left behind from Hawkeye and Noct. And then he will continue casting prestidigitation as he walks away from the scene, getting rid of all of his footprints and Noct footprints and, so forth and so on.
We'd be good
I would
serial
take the
killers.
rope, too.
Oh.
Next ain't got
the
shit on us.
Right? With magic on our side.
Did you take the rope?
Yeah, we would have grabbed the rope during the frenzy.
Okay.
It was a good rope. I want that rope.
Yeah. Can't have that. Look, we only got so much rope.
All right.
I mean,
so
I'm a milk rope.
You guys can return back to your camps. Doesn't seem like anybody woke up, though it is after midnight, probably 2 o'clock in the morning, and you will have to rise up and shine in about 4 hours.
Yeah, we're used to going on less than.
Can I
Well,
roll
no,
a...
it would probably be a little bit later because it's fall now, so the sun would be rising a little bit later. It's probably like between 7 and 8. You would get like 5 hours of sleep.
It's all
Freddy
good.
Freddy would like to, well, roll something in order to check that we got rid of all evidence of our little misdeed in the night. Would that be like an investigation? See if we left
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
We got everything.
You're pretty certain that your the way that you have done your prestidigitation on the multiple things looks like nothing happened.
All right.
You're pretty certain.
Satisfied. Yeah, satisfied. Freddy heads back to camp and then goes to sleep.
All right. And so you all fall asleep for a little bit of time. Unfortunately, the sun begins to dawn, and
I'm up with the dawn.
Yep, and you guys hear the sounds of a waking camp. Ireva is the only one that gets an extended rest because she can do a trance for 4 hours. Everybody, you are 1 hour shy.
Suckers.
Take a 1 hour nap.
Well, Ireva gets a long rest.
After
Do I get a short rest then?
Yeah, you got, the rest of you get a short rest.
Alright, so I have my wild shape back.
After hastily packing up the camp, Freddy crawls inside the cart to take a quick nap with his horse tied to the back of the cart.
I'll pull a Freddy.
So it is morning.
I'll pull a Freddy as well.
All right, so the camp begins to kind of start packing stuff up. There is some discrepancy to the north of you, Ondar and Noct.
Don't make eye contact.
The cultists wake up and they're kind of looking around, talking to each other, and they look quite distressed.
You don't see nothing, Ondar, okay? Gotta be cool about this.
They're looking around. It seems like they're trying not to make a show of this right now.
Ondar finishes his morning devotional, stands up, cleans his shield, his sword, does his little morning dance with his weapon, because that he does every morning. You know, his ritualistic, haiku. And then looks at them as they're doing their little frantic dancing around, whatever it is they're doing, and just kind of, again, he always gives them a little shitty, like, fuck you glare in the morning. Finishes his breakfast of rock stew or whatever it is that Noct has prepared. And, doesn't talk to them unless they talk to him.
All right, after a little bit of time, and they're kind of talking to each other, like, excitedly with hands moving and everything, they really haven't packed up a whole lot of their stuff. And the runner kind of runs up and down, like, ready to go in 5 minutes, stuff like that's going on. And then now you see they're kind of looking in your direction.
He tends to Intrepid and Ed Helry's horse. Again, not ignoring them, not paying them any more attention than he normally does, just going through his normal morning routine.
Right, and you see the one that I guess seems to be the leader kind of just like points at the wagon, tells the other one to do something, and then they just kind of forget it. After 5 minutes passed, all of the wagons are ready to go, and they finish up. You guys are able to set out once more on the wagon trail.
Ondar looks at Not. So easily they cast aside their members.
Well, I mean, I don't think that he didn't seem like he was even friends with the others.
He thought he was.
Well, he was just afraid of his boss.
Sad.
All right. So we can go back to the Sword Coast map.
The Sword Coast.
Oh, that's huge. That's what she said.
Part of the Unforgotten Realms. Have y'all seen that?
I've seen some of the memes about like the Forgotten Realms and the Remembered Realms.
Yeah. Like the little stretch that's the Remembered Realms, and then the rest of it's the Forgotten Realms.
Yep. Where is that? All right, so you guys travel northward once more on the road, and you get to an area that begins to kind of have forest and such pretty closer to the road. And after a time, the forest gets a little bit thicker, not
Good place for an
choking.
arrow attack.
Yep, not choking the road, but the woods are definitely getting thicker, and you come to a much wilder part of the road, less civilized, less obviously traveled. The signs of humankind are taken over by the wilderness.
Hawkeye is so happy.
Yes, Hawkeye is very comfortable here. This is where we will end the session.
Hoo-ha.
After we committed our first, what I would call, literal murder.
I don't know.
Normally, we just kind of ditch bodies and, it's combat. That was a good murder for us, guys. I think we really evolved into covering up our crimes.
Yeah,
Hawkeye's used to it.
All I'll say is good thing the cultists need to be super inconspicuous and not make an alarm that one of their guys are missing, because prestidigitation only lasts for 1 night.
Do you mean not pull a Lovius? And be like, ah, you're a thief even though I am.
Prestidigitation has a lasting for the cleaning effects?
1 hour.
Conceptually worrying, because that means you be clean, but not you feel the blood all over you. Did I wake up bloody?
Maybe.
Conceptually.
Ew.
Or does that only invite? Because prestidigitation can also make
Yeah, because you
fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, you instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot.
Yeah, I would assume I would assume the cleaning works, but the other stuff on prestidigitation, like his maps and stuff, all the that stuff would definitely have a time limit. But I would feel like the cleaning wouldn't unclean. Or again, conceptually.
I guess that was my understanding as well, because I didn't think it just covered it up with magic. I thought it actually cleaned it, removed the.
Okay, so yeah, you can instantaneously clean or soil an object, but as far as changing a lot of the imagery, removing your tracks, that would be an illusion that only lasts an hour.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Yeah. I guess that makes sense, because you wouldn't be moving the dirt itself. You're covering up the dirt.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
That makes sense. We need somebody to learn Mold Earth. If Nock dies, I'm coming back as a wizard. I'm going to have so many fucking utility spells. I'm going to have 2 attack spells, and it's all utility.
Don't even talk about not dying. That ain't happening.
Oh, no, it's definitely going to happen. You realize that barbarians at level 5 become instantly fatality waiting, right? Because I never have magical resistance, so all it takes is 1 errant fireball, and it's ooh, You take full damage. Oh, you're dead.
Oh, if anybody's gonna die, it's the pally. I've never had a pally last past 5th level. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you guys.
So what you're telling me is I have the green light.
You do. I've got a rogue in waiting. I've got a fighter in waiting. I mean, you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm used to it, so it's all good.
I mean, honestly, that's good to hear because I definitely like want to challenge you guys. I don't want to kill your characters. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely want to I want to challenge you.
Murder them,
I want to challenge you guys.
I almost
And
died that one time.
in the event that
I'm just gonna put it out there, Ryan. If you kill Ureva, we are done.
No, you cannot kill. You cannot kill the lady elf.
Yep,
I'm
don't
telling
kill
you
the
right
first
now.
characters.
If you kill the elf, I'm leaving the fucking campaign. I'm telling you right now.
Wait, what about Hawkeye?
The elf or the druid
what
die.
I mean is,
If the elf or the druid die, I don't care about the fucking bard. Okay? But
he took my shield. I don't care about him. Yeah, basically what I mean is like I want to know that we can continue this campaign. So like whatever happens, I definitely want to finish the story because I love you guys. Like honestly, like your roleplay is exactly like what I'm looking for. Because it's just been great. Really like getting the feeling of your guys' characters and everything and how you actually interact in character. It's been great, and I really want to thank you guys for that because it's been making this so much more enjoyable than just like a hack and slash slog and everything.
Okay, you got real, so I'll get real. If you kill Ureva, or if she dies, I should say, I'll just make Jake help me build a new one, but part of me will hate you.
Yep, everybody loves their first character, yep.
I mean, I would actually like to say, yeah, in terms of like, since it's still kind of early on, it seems like everybody's okay with the idea. I do like going down in combat, if you don't, not that I want like a normal human takes one guy down, he may not continue to stab that downed person, but like knowing that enemies don't really do, because you just really haven't done that to us, it does kind of make it feel like, oh, I'm just gonna run in there and if I get knocked out, I'll get knocked out. Like the campaigns I played where the DM would be like, well, this creature would try to eat you because it's a creature, it would definitely kill you and finish you off because it wants food, or were this guy's target, he's going to kill you even though you're not a threat. Does kind of make it makes it feel a little bit more tense of like, I don't want to go unconscious because I may not get back.
Yeah, so like the Roper, if he put one of you guys down, he definitely would have like eaten you.
Yeah, or with those flying weird deer monsters, like
yeah, definitely.
And yeah, like I would not. What I'm putting out there is I would not feel like you were going out of your way to kill a character from that, because it does kind of raise the stakes on not doing exactly the thing that barbarians do, which is run in swinging stupidly because that's all they can do. It's putting a death warrant out on myself, but I would not be offended if you were like, well, you're down and this guy wants you dead, so he shivs you more and your character's gone.
Plus,
make a new character.
Well, that could happen still, though. I mean, if we make an enemy, especially these cultists,
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I would personally have, like, I would not take any offense to getting coup de grace.
No.
I just wanted to put that out there that, I would not be mad because it makes sense when that happens. I know some people, like, I've played with players who are like, well, why are you going to kill my character? It's like, well, but I didn't.
Right.
Fight with that thing and it would eat you.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You go head to head against a cult leader, and that's why paladins have a tendency to get killed, because paladins themselves take things personally, right?
And the paladins and their friends who have to follow them into the jaws of death every time.
Right. So, and that's why they don't make it past 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th level,
I mean, fighters are kind of the only one who I feel like make it better. I feel like RPing paladins gets them killed. The fact that rage doesn't have a magical effect is why barbarians, but fighters always make it.
Right, because they have a tendency to be like, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
better to live to fight another day is something a fighter might say.
Right, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
Nope, too much.
Meanwhile,
plus,
the paladin has to fight because he'd rather die in the fight, and the freaking barbarian can't turn away. The bloodlust is too much.
Right. All right, guys,
Plus,
I gotta go.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
And plus,
Great
you guys,
See you guys next week.
Look forward
you
to
guys
next
have been
week. Y'all take
playing
care.
longer than the girls too, because they're new. But I wouldn't want to kill their characters. But
Not
yeah,
only
anyway.
that, they're freaking awesome.
Yeah. All right, thank you guys for coming. I look forward to next week, as always, same time Monday at 10 a.m. Central. See you guys then.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
All right.